Today we got none other than Christian from Meadows. Christian, you've been on the podcast plenty of times. You're a good friend. I've showered in your house before. Not this house; it was your old house. Which
That's
probably
true.
means which means I've probably peed in your shower before. Just so you know, I want you to know that there's that kind of level of intimacy between you and I.
You are lucky,
And
though.
everyone's finding this out in real time.
Yeah. You're lucky, though, that you didn't have your toilet clogged, because Mason has a nasty habit of doing that to people. Like, I should have had you take out like a bigger insurance policy when we came to stay at your place.
That's true.
You got to sign a waiver.
For real.
I'll be honest. I think it's less of my problem and the fact that there's so many toilets out there that don't flush very hard.
It's like that. What's that bit? Have you seen I Think You Should Leave? The Tim Robinson show?
Yeah.
When they're like the plumbers come over and they're like, it's turbo time, and they start running around, and it's like a law firm ad, but they like swap out his toilet with another toilet where the hole is only big enough for farts. So you just stand around all day and you got to go to the bathroom really bad. Dude, when I need a good laugh, that's queued up.
I love that. That's good. Well, if you also wanted a really good laugh, you could just imagine Mason completely naked for some reason, standing on the edge of a tub while water overflows in a toilet. And
not just water, turds are overflowing.
And there's turds floating in the water that's floating on the floor.
Oh,
and I open the door and I'm like, what is going on?
You were at the door? Was he like yelling for you? Like,
no, he was making like no. Yeah. Like just frantic noises.
They were trapping you in there.
Yeah, I felt like a prisoner in the bathroom. It really was. I felt like a sick joke was being played on me. But it was one of those things where like I think everything else was serene outside of that bathroom, and so for Cullen to just walk in and see a nightmare happening before his eyes, it was just like, what the fuck?
Whenever you have to go to the bathroom like at somebody else's house, either you don't know them really well or it's like a new girlfriend or like a partner, and you're like, oh man, what do I do? Do you do like the sink trick where you're like, you turn the water on, you ever done that one?
No, I thought you meant you're gonna like jam it down a sink or something like that. I was like, that's not how you do it. Oh. Yeah, so you turn on the water so you don't hear the farts. Is that what you're trying to say? The farts?
Yeah, man. Like, if they don't have a fart fan in there, like, I'm stressing.
Yeah, that's
that reminds me of a good story I always heard. I think I heard it after my grandpa died, but my grandpa and grandma, they got married like in the late 1940s, and literally their wedding night, my grandpa had to go pee, and it was the first time he had like ever, I think like it was like the first time like they had been like in, it's just them two in like a room or whatever, and then he has to go pee, and so he was so embarrassed by the fact that he was like basically peeing in front of her that he stuck his foot in the toilet and peed on his foot so it wouldn't make any noise.
There's like at least like 7 different ways I could think of like to do something better.
Yeah.
Just off the rip.
Yeah, your grandpa was smart. I can't believe that he would have chose to martyr his own foot in that situation.
Imagine being that embarrassed that you're just like, I'm gonna pee on my own foot. You know, it's like, it's funny when people talk about like their ancestors, and you know, they talk about how like heroic or brave or courageous or wonderful their ancestors were. This is the ancestor I get to deal with. Like it's the peeing on one's foot because of embarrassment. That's the ancestor I get.
Y'all, names aside.
Maybe he just had really bad athlete's foot. He was trying to fix
names
it.
aside, we were moving into a townhome one time. It was me and 3 other guys. There was gonna be 4 of us in a 2-bedroom, so like sharing a room. Okay, we are moving in. And I'm talking like all of our family members are there, like helping us, like just get it done. You know what I'm talking about? And in the middle of like this moving that we're doing, and like boxes going everywhere, people in and out, sweating, like we're in New Orleans, and it's just like awful. My new roommate was like, I gotta take a dump. And we were like, hey, like, there's nothing here. He's like, I gotta go. And he goes upstairs, poops, and there's no toilet paper. So he gets in the shower
No.
to like clean himself, but there's also no shower curtain or like anything. And dude, it's like we're still just like moving stuff in, because then eventually we're moving stuff into the bathroom. We're like, where the heck is he? And it's just like, why are you wet?
Because there's no
Why
towels
is the bathroom soaking wet? Why does it smell so bad, dude?
Did you get rid of that roommate?
I actually love him to death,
Was
but
that
that
the
was a shock. I
You
was
know,
like,
you gotta
what is
go. You
about-
gotta go.
Like, what is A, what is happening, and B, what is about to happen?
Dude, that's a rough situation to be in, though. Oofda.
But
When there's
good.
no toilet paper, and then you get in the shower, there's no shower curtain or towels. So now,
Nothing.
Oh gosh, that's
like, bro, why are you soaking
Oh,
wet? Why is the bathroom soaking wet? Oh man.
It's just like a mini hurricane just hit that particular room.
Yeah.
yeah.
While everybody else is like,
Are you sure you don't want to name names? Because I'm kind of curious. What's the?
yes.
Okay,
Yes, I'm
all
sure.
right, all right.
All right. Well, enough of our pooping habits and pooping stories.
Yeah, you can cut that.
We're not cutting that. That's awesome.
Oh, no.
Of course, we're not cutting that. Of course,
That's
not.
what people tune in for.
Christian, what's up in Meadows these days? Obviously, the new album came out last year, and y'all are, playing some shows here and there with some of those new songs. But yeah, what's going on in the life of Meadows? What should we know about?
Well, thank you. Yeah, man, it's been a really, bittersweet season for us. As you might know or might not know, we had lost our dear friend and brother Brandon. He was our bassist last September. So like literally going into Furnace Fest last year, that same week was when it had all happened. And then like you get everybody that's like in our scene and in our community, in our backyard. Like it was like the exact thing that we all needed to like just get through it at that time. So like I say all the time as like a derail, but like Furnace Fest is like a truly, truly special community. And like, it's a special thing. And like, if anybody has ever thought about going, that's never been, like, it is worth checking out. And then I'm also like super biased because I'm apparently the unofficial mayor of Furnace Fest, according to Austin Visser. But with the undertaking, he's like, so many people. I'm like, I literally live here, like from here. But man, it's just like, what a killer community that like really pulled us through the toughest time of our life, which like really helped us to decide like, man, we just got to double down and like not like let Brandon's passion and his memory fall to the wayside, and like we're gonna do it all the more intently and like with that much more passion, that much more intensity. And yeah, we put out a show. Well, we did a farewell show, like a benefit show to help with some of the costs and things of that nature, kind of that you incur with that to help his family. And it was funny because we had planned it for January. And in Alabama, as you may or may not know, we get probably one good snow a year, and it literally shuts down the entire city. So we got our one snow the day of the show, and we had all gotten to work play to like go ahead and see like, all right, we're going to be the last ones to not do this thing. So are we doing it or not? And eventually, just due to like safety concerns, like they literally had like a state of emergency because of all the ice on the roads and stuff like that. But we were all already there and like had everything mic'd up and ready to go to do a live record. So we put out a live album just a couple months ago, and Face Down was kind enough to back it and help release it for us. So we got to play a lot of old songs that like Brandon was an integral part in, like crafting and writing for the band, and just kind of like had this really cathartic moment. That was such a sweet thing. I think it was kind of needed the way that it happened, to do all of that like just us in an empty room, and then we were able to reschedule it and like do it with everybody there that like you want to like let it be something where like, yeah, as much as he meant to us, like we understand how much he meant to so many people, and like it means so much. Hardcore's a weird thing, man. Like, and I try to explain it to people that like aren't in the scene at all. And they're like, "Is that screaming music? You do that screamo stuff?" And I'm like, I'm not even going to get into that, but I'm like, you just gotta be there. Like, you got to get in the room. Mm-hmm. It's like it's such a special thing, and like a very cathartic experience. Like screaming at the top of your lungs, like just like body to body with people, and like you don't know them at first, and then all of a sudden, like you just kind of become best friends by the end of the night, or like someone trips and falls, and everyone's like, "Oh, help them up," kind of deal, or all that.
When somebody falls in the pit, you know what it reminds me of is, remember in grade school when somebody's colors would fall on the floor and immediately everybody dogpiles to like help pick it up? Was that not your school experience?
Colors,
like your crayons, whatever. Like your sorry, like your
Dude,
like
what
you got
is
your crayons
that? Look, hey, we call them cranes, all right?
Cranes.
Hey, you got some crayons? Like,
they're crayons, all right.
The crayons, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, your colors, is that like a what is it, like an affiliation type? Like, what are you talking about?
Was that not your like elementary school experience though? Like I remember being in first grade, and if somebody's like colored pencils fell on the floor, everybody jumped down immediately to like.
Oh yeah, and like the younger you get, the more it's like, oh wow, look at how innocent or like how belligerent these hooligans are. But
right. Mason, I'm impressed because I only did that for the girls that I had crushes on. So just saying.
See, you never have a truly an altruistic moment.
No, I don't believe in altruism.
That's right. Clearly. Clearly. But anyway, the reason why I bring that up is that reminds me of how like if somebody falls in the pit, everybody's immediately crashing in to like make sure this person is fine.
Oh, speaking of crashing into the pit,
I knew it.
Holy cow!
What'd you know, Christian?
I just knew you were gonna show up at some point. It's like WWE, SmackDown, Raw. Like he just comes busting in.
Visser, why do you look like you're Amish now? That beard is so.
Does I have my hair up in him?
That beard is ridiculously Amish. Why do you look like you're Amish now?
Know. What's up, guys? Christian, I sent you my EP and you never texted me any response or comments on it.
You didn't text me back.
So you might have. I'm just messing. Justin Jones from Idle Threat never commented. I have a running list of people I sent our EP to and people that just never commented.
Remember when I said it was probably one of the best Undertaking albums and songs I've heard?
Is this part of the podcast, by the way?
I am the last one to reply. I want you to know that. I want everyone to know that. Those unto my voice, listen to me. Because I will say I'm actually the worst texter, and that is very on par. I was like, man, I didn't freaking reply.
Chris from Fallstar didn't comment on it or give any feedback. Justin from Idle Threat didn't give any feedback or comment on it. You two, Black Sheep, you guys are the best. I appreciate your feedback.
You're welcome.
It's good. Do you
It's
want?
good.
Oh, I know. I know. I don't care about your opinion. It's
He's trying to drum.
Christian, just straight from audio feed. Tell me 2 highlights.
Yeah, there
from
we
audio
go.
Feed. Did you get Skyline Chili?
Dude, I wish the whole time I had Skyline Chili. I will tell you that much. So no, I did not. I don't know how close the actual closest one is to Champaign-Urbana, Illinois. But if somebody knows, hook a brother up. But
Andrew knows.
he'd have to bring it in though, because he's coming straight from coming from the mothership.
From Cincinnati.
From the mothership, dude.
Did you?
Did you get to see God's Eyes?
Yeah.
Dude, so God's Eyes did what Cornerstone kids would know as a generator set, but on the porch stage, and it was killer. Because I also didn't think I was going to get to see them, because it's funny because I'm in this like Face Down Furnace Fest like mix group like chat or whatever.
Yeah, you only comment when you need feedback on your music.
Right. But no, I had to run to the defense there, because it was Friday and God's Eyes was supposed to play on Friday apparently, but that wasn't what they had I guess initially agreed to or something. And so they're like, yeah, God's Eyes dropped last minute, unexpected, bummer. And I was like, yo, they're playing Sunday. Everyone take 10 chill pills. And then
I had seen that pop up in that chat too, which was odd because it definitely showed them on Friday, and they're not ones to just like not do something.
Right.
Yeah, no, but then they actually showed up a day early and they just played a pop-up show, and it was awesome.
I bet that would be awesome.
So the running deal here is why I'm asking about audio feed and then God's Eyes is because the Undertaking, God's Eyes, and Meadows have been trying to plan like a 3-band tour for probably a year and a half now.
That's fair.
And it comes down to like us in 2020, the spring of 2024. The Undertaking said no to it because we got some bad advice, and then you guys said no to our recent East Coast run, which we had even like planned certain cities based on where Stone wanted to go. So we played like Buffalo, New York, because Stone has been trying to get to Buffalo for forever. And then you guys said no because you got the Confessions of a Traitor show. So that just cracks. Like, it's like one of those things where it's like, we're going to make it happen eventually, but also like maybe not.
That's 3 different places in the country. That's hard to get, 3 different bands from 3 very different geographic areas together.
It is, but it's also like why it's so appealing, and also why it's so like, I don't know, it's just kind of fun to like realize that. And also you're out in the middle of literally nowhere, Cullen. So
yeah, that's right. You guys should add Earthgrounds to that.
It's easier. It's easier. He always says no to us.
Yeah, we've had that discussion before.
We've gone down this road.
No, it's not as hard as it seems, because essentially the Undertaking and God's Eyes, we would fly to the south, and God's Eyes would either drive or fly, and then we'd do like a hometown run with Meadows, borrow their gear, and then we would go up to the northeast with Meadows, and we would borrow their gear. Meadows would fly or drive up there, and then everybody would either drive or fly to the West Coast, and then they would use our gear. So it works out actually in theory if you do like these like 5, 6, 7 day runs. But then I don't know, Christian, you got a kid, Stone's got a kid, Armando's got a kid, Evan's got a kid, we've got a bunch of kids, and it just makes things more complicated. So.
But what's cool too is we've actually had so many people fill in for different spots. We've been debating on doing a Meadows like A and B. Doing two tours at the same time.
This is our varsity and our junior varsity crew.
Actually, This Will Destroy You has that going on right now.
Do.
They have 2 separate bands.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's two separate bands. Like both of the lead guys kind of I think there might be some drama,
Yeah.
but they like both wanted to still use the moniker This Will Destroy You, and they still are like making music separately, and like that's what they agreed to. They're gonna make music separately, go on tour separately. So they just have like they've both hired out like different bands, but they're still like it's still This Will Destroy You.
They're playing
They
the
just
same
played San
music.
Diego
Yeah.
the other night.
What's
Say
that?
Again?
Well,
They're playing the same songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
songs and
Same
everything.
band.
It's just two separate guys.
Yeah.
They took our
It's really
idea.
weird.
It's
Blippi
like
did once.
it's like
Hey!
it's what Blippi did once he got a.
it's like all those bands from like the
There were multiple
1970s that made it really big, and then they broke up, and then there's basically 3 of the exact same band, exact same like set list, because one of the members from the band is like still doing all of the tunes. It's kind of wild.
That just happened with Oasis, where they Noel Gallagher, I think that's how you say his name, just played like a bunch of his solo stuff, and his brother like sat out from some of it, and I guess people were like, "No, we want to hear the stuff that they put together." So
That's wild. Hey
my
kiddo.
son. He's starting junior high.
Oh, man.
He's got-
Heck yeah.
Big.
You're old,
Kinda
man.
weird.
You're really old.
I know.
You got a
remember-
junior
I
higher.
know.
We gave him the smallest shirt we had and like swallowed him whole, and now he's like almost as tall as Armando.
That was Jack. Jack had got the small shirt, and Henry, I actually never got him a shirt.
We'll have to change it. That's all right.
There you go.
All right, well, it's Meadows podcast. So, anyways, this is Austin from The Undertaking. Oh, here's Jack, and he's wearing a God's Eyes shirt.
Heck yeah, Jack.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Right on,
Get it,
Jack.
Jack.
Love you guys. Good to see you, Christian.
Much love, dude.
I miss you, buddy.
Same.
Back at you. Get back to your yogi studio.
I don't know how to. I'm gonna exit out of the
Just click
browser.
leave
I don't know
session.
how to leave.
Someone boot this guy.
It's not letting me actually.
Get him out of here.
The button's not.
I guess you got
Get
to
him
stay.
out of here, dude.
Nope. What a guy.
I texted him beforehand and I said, hey, just so you know, if you want to pop on, Nielsen's going to be with us. He said, call me when it's someone good.
That tracks. That tracks.
That does track. That does track.
I love
What a
that.
guy. What a guy. Well, so you were talking a little bit about, just the Furnace Fest community and how important that's been for you.
Yeah, man.
Especially in this season of life. I mean, certainly that's been the case for Cullen and I, right? Like, I mean, obviously, I think you would probably consider us a part of that. And yeah, it's
You
so
peed
cool.
in my
like,
shower.
how-
Yeah.
I've peed in your shower. That's how close of a community we've had. I didn't clog your toilet though. Maybe one.
That's
of
the
these days.
next step. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Then I'll be living with you.
Hey, man. Bring it on.
And I don't know what it would take after that for me to be able to sleep in the same bed with you, but maybe we can make that happen someday.
You'd have to kick Milo out.
Oh.
Oh, Milo and I will fight to the death.
Or you'll just cuddle that much harder.
It's true. Miss that dog.
Yeah,
Miss that
Jen's like upset. She's like, you don't hold me like that. I'm like, he's fluffy. he's a labradoodle. Of course I don't hold you this way.
Just
My
be like,
wife.
woman, if you can grow your hair like Milo, I'll
Then
hold
maybe
you
we'll
like
talk.
that as well.
That's so funny. Oh man.
So what else is going on in the life of Meadows? So obviously, again, album last year. I know you've played some shows even outside of Furnace Fest, outside of the one-off show for the benefit show. Yeah, like obviously you're going to be playing Furnace Fest again this year, but any other shows that we could maybe expect? Are you guys even like starting to write again? Like where are you all at right now?
Yeah, so all of that, yes. We're going to be up in Missouri for like Chains Unchained Fest here shortly. And then, we're doing Cable Fest at University North Alabama. That's going to be sick up in Florence. And then Furnace Fest is right around the corner. There's a pretty big gap there because we are writing pretty hardcore right now. Like we are.
You're writing hardcore, like hardcore songs? I'd hope so.
Oh, that's actually also a good point because yes, that fits. But yeah, so we're trying to get some things nailed down and finished up. I don't have any like release dates yet for anything, but we are pumped. And I would be. I'm gonna go ahead and like shoot my shot. Call it now. We will plan to play a new song at Furnace Fest.
Oh, nice. That's gonna be cool.
So I'm hoping we can have it out before then. We got to hit the freaking pavement, but we're gonna play it anyway because it's dude. They are. It's just fight riffs. So we'll have a good time.
Explain fight riffs, just so that
You don't need to know the song to
Good.
like be involved in it.
All right. So it's gonna start swinging, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we're gonna just come out swinging. That'll be
nice.
That's the goal.
That's fun. Would you have ever imagined growing up? Did you go to the original Furnace Fest? I don't know if I ever asked that. Okay.
So
You would have been pretty young, right?
I was 8 and 9, roughly around there.
Okay.
So, nah.
And there were no 8, 9-year-olds that were going at that Furnace Fest because there weren't people old enough to have 8 and 9-year-olds.
Right.
And now there's a lot of 8 and 9-year-olds.
Yeah, there is.
There's a lot of like just dads.
Yeah.
At Furnace Fest. But like I love that. It's so cool.
Maybe that's why it's called Furnace Fest, is like the only people that go are the kind of people that know how to actually fix a furnace.
Or
that know what a furnace is.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point too. Would you ever imagine that that Little Birmingham would become kind of like this space? Because it's not just during Furnace Fest. I mean, like Workplay and stuff like that brings in some crazy good talent as well.
Yeah.
Would you have imagined that Birmingham would kind of become this place where there is this strong community for this kind of music?
I would say it's really funny because like the 2009, 2010 era of stuff. I mean, there were so many like sick metalcore like packages that came through, and like my first band and Gideon were kind of like starting out at the same time. Obviously Gideon went global and we were just like a Devil Wears Prada ripoff, had a keyboard and everything. It was pretty sick, but it was just like so many like church shows and like you really felt the community. And then like there was like a weird gap where it kind of, I don't want to say like it died out, but like, I mean, it was something that Blythe from No Cure and I talked about, because Blythe has been a huge proponent of the like Birmingham scene kind of thriving in the way that it has and like keeping it going. But I would say like a conversation that we had that I think about all the time is like, dude, like nothing feeds the youth right now. Like nothing is no parent is going to drop their 13-year-old off at a bar downtown, like in the, in a pretty sketchy area. But like back when we had all these like different like church shows or like legit venues that like had a passion like to bring that type of music like to the city, it was pretty prevalent. And then that's something that like kind of always stuck with me and like where I got bit, you know what I mean? And so I was like, this is what I want to do. And like, I've just never let that die. And then when Furnace Fest came back around, it was like, I mean, like in the most like punny way and cheesy, analogy I can, it lit the fire that like really just, I mean, took over. So it's like, no, I couldn't have imagined it being what it is, just because like maybe I'm a little small-minded in that regard. But B, I remember what the community like was when it was like happening, and like people just went to shows because there were shows, and like it didn't matter who played. I literally would go to shows and I didn't know who was playing until I got there.
Yeah.
I like my first show was in a parking lot at a place called Smoothie Joe's. There's a smoothie store that was like outside my neighborhood but they held shows. And so like my first show was like I Am Terrified, but back then they were Fix Till Tuesday.
Yeah.
From Here, Remove the Veil, who I believe was on Face Down at some point, kind of like Southern, metal, like, and then like some, local legends like Hope, Sounds Like Hope, Gate City / Mothra / This Endearing, like stuff like that. Like that show being in a freaking parking lot and then seeing like All In and seeing With Blood Comes Cleansing and Dead Man in Reno and like so many like crazy talented bands in a smoothie shop parking lot. Like, I mean, there were probably 6 spaces and they like set the gear up on the sidewalk and like people just showed up in droves.
I love that.
Dude,
I just imagine
like,
that. I imagine that meme, and like the smoothie owner comes out and smacks the band and says, "This thing is gonna sell so many smoothies."
and it did. That's the thing, too. It did. That was where I had my first red line energy when I was technically underage, because it's like, don't drink this if you're under 18 or pregnant.
Like, shit,
And I
I'm
was
pregnant.
like, I don't care. I want caffeine. And it wired me.
Oh, I bet.
I might have passed out. I don't even know. But not because they sold it to me, but someone gave it to me.
Oh,
anyways,
rebellious.
Hey, man.
I love it. Is that smoothie shop still there?
They're not. It's actually now. Oh, shoot. What is it now? My grandpa still lives in the neighborhood. I think it's like a hardware store or a spa or a nail salon.
What I love how
name
it
3
it
more
could
businesses.
it could be anything. It sounds like
There is a Jack's across the street now.
Nice.
Some good breakfast for all the fernies that come into town.
Love me some.
It's fast food.
Love me some Jacks.
You
turn me
yeah,
on. That's cheap. That's the cheapest fast food I think I've ever had.
Dude, get you a good biscuit in the morning. The steak biscuit, bro.
I like.
yeah.
the,
You
I like
watch
the
like
one.
some old guy, and you watch the old guy just making them right in front of
I
you.
like the one.
Dude,
with
there's the old guy making them, and then you've got the old guys that like show up every Friday at like the butt crack of dawn, and that's like they do that, and I'm like, dude, you guys.
The sausage one.
They run this
The
place.
sausage biscuit is like the little like sausage like link biscuit.
Oh, so the smoked sausage.
Smoked sausage. Those ones.
So Kaneka is kind of like the thing down here. I didn't realize that. I thought it was like, oh, you want sausage? I was like, yeah, I want Kaneka. And I always thought growing up, it's kind of like from the South, we call like, hey, do you want a Coke? Yeah. What kind? Sprite.
Right.
It's like everything's Coke. Well, everything was Kaneka
Oh, that's
as
weird.
far as like smoked sausage went. But Kaneka is actually a county in Alabama.
I was going to say, I've never heard of Kaneka.
Where they make that sausage. So it's like you can get Kaneka sausage like at the store. But like that's all we've ever had growing up. We're not getting like, Jimmy Dean's or whatever the heck else,
None of that.
We're getting Kaneka.
That's cool. I didn't know that. Well,
I bet that town
here's
smells so
another
good.
thing. Okay, so
You're right.
people who are going to Furnace Fest, what should they do according to Christian Nielsen? What should they do outside of the festival?
So outside of the festival is a good point to make because they're coming here probably for the festival, which means their day is going to start rather early and end rather late.
Right. Or if you come like a day before or something like that, or you have an extra day in town before you
grab a day before or get an extra day afterwards. It's funny because like outside of Furnace Fest, I'd be like, hey, you should go check out Sloss and like go walk around and like do a little tour. But like if you're at Furnace Fest, you're already checking that off. So it's like that's really cool because it's actually a registered like national historic landmark.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would go check out the Vulcan. It's I think it's the world's largest iron statue. You can go up it in an elevator and like you get a really cool like killer overlook of the city from really high up.
It's a cool
Oh,
statue
weren't we
too.
gonna do that? But then it like costs like $10 each.
I think it was like $20 when we did it.
No way.
It was.
I think
it was outrageous.
it's got to be close to 10, but you also get to go through the little museum that's there. Or you could, I think, just do the elevator. But like, I think last time I went, they gave us like a whole day pass with it.
Oh,
So that was cool. It was like, okay, you can come back later or whatever. But it's like, okay, what are we trying to see this at night as well? Like that's, I guess, kind of what you would do. But it's worth seeing, and like it's worth like going. Like I think if you're going to be in Birmingham
it is cool.
and you have time and you're just kind of curious. Another thing that is honestly amazing, I haven't been in a couple of years, so I don't know like what updates they've done, but the Civil Rights Institute and Museum, incredible. Is so powerful. And like you can do like different walks like throughout the city. That's all downtown. But I mean, if you're really kind of strapped on time, it's really just going to come down to food, baby. You got to get some good Southern food. So like if you want something fast food, do Jack's for breakfast and get Milo's at some point, get a burger.
Yeah, that glaze that they do on those Milo's burgers is something else.
Dude, I live for it.
It's good.
And then there's just like, dude, like Saw's or like Moe's barbecue, like some different barbecue joints, and get some Alabama white sauce with your pulled pork or your, pulled chicken, and get some smoked wings, dude. If you want my wings,
What's that Alabama white sauce? Is
a white
that
barbecue.
what?
Yeah, it's like a white barbecue. It's like really peppery.
I'm gonna cut you off before you make a dirty joke. You whore. Best hole in the wall, like the local joint that everyone should at least try once because you would never expect it to be amazing.
Dude, I'm like a big Cajun food.
Ooh.
Like I love Cajun food. I lived in New Orleans for a few years. There's a spot called the Rougarou. That's like a folklore, like Sasquatch-esque.
You got Mason's attention.
Cajun being, if you will. And they are so good. That's a good spot. That's like a good hole in the wall. There's one downtown. I think they just opened one up like in Vestavia Hills if somebody's like paying for a really nice hotel when you're in town or an Airbnb. But dude, my wing spot, like get smoked wings at Moe's barbecue, the smoked ones with the white sauce. Or if you want like just like good, get the combo meal type wings, bro. Wings are king. I think wings is spelled with a Z, and the R is just the letter R, and then king. Wings are king. You get what's called sloppy sauce. I don't know what the freak it is.
Jeez, man. Alabama's got some got Alabama white sauce. We got sloppy sauce. What else you want?
Bro, sloppy sauce. And you get the I don't know if it's like the king sauce.
Good God, Mason.
Wait, what'd you say? The comeback sauce?
You got that. Yeah, you got the comeback sauce. You got the cream pie sauce.
Dude, comeback sauce is actually at Jack's. And I'm not joking.
This reminds me of Midwest gas station.
It does for real.
Oh, like Sheets?
Like Come and Go?
Oh, that's
or
the one.
Quickie Stop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
They
Yeah.
know what they're doing.
The Pumpin' Mart?
No.
For real. Those are real names.
I think there's a Pumpkin Munch too.
There is a Pumpkin Munch, yeah.
I can't do this.
It's wild stuff. Oh
But,
man. Well, good.
yeah,
Okay, so we've got some hole in the wall places for people to go check out, because I don't know if people understand this or not, but like Southern hospitality definitely rings true when it comes to places to eat. And I mean, every time I've gone, I one of the things I'm most looking forward to, yes, bands and stuff like that, but it's the food, baby. Oh,
dude. Also, if you're like at Furnace Fest, back 40, like literally right across from the pond, they have a killer burger.
all right.
They have a killer burger.
Probably cheaper than what you'll get at the fest too.
I don't know, man. I had way too many of those.
Bad luck burgers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
those were good.
Bro, they were
Dude,
slinging them things.
their veggie burger is incredible.
Yeah.
Did y'all see when Plea for Purging played and they were shooting him with a slingshot
Yeah,
from the
dude.
stage?
Right there,
I
man.
literally
We're
ate
right up
one in the
front.
front row. It was great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been in the crowd at that point. That's probably the only time I've ever been sad to be side stage.
You could have jumped into the crowd. I guarantee you, he would have thrown one right at you.
What am I thinking?
Yeah. I should have
What a fool.
coaxed you out.
What a fool. But yeah, dude.
Yeah, I still remember that, Cullen. You ate a bite, then you gave me a bite, and then you gave it to a kid.
Yeah, because the kid was like, "Can I have that?" I was like, "Here you go, dude." He's like, "Heck yeah!" And he's like eating it up on stage. It was awesome.
That's like the Coke commercial from back in the day with like Mean Joe Green. And it's, here, kid. Toss him a burger in the pit.
What Mean Joe Green really should have been doing is, "Hey kid, what the hell are you doing down here in the tunnel?
Where are your parents?
You're not supposed to be down here."
Dude.
There's guys doing coke down in this locker room because it's the 70s. Get it?
Don't mind the needles.
Yeah.
Don't mind the needles.
He gave him Coke.
Quite literally.
It's a Coke commercial.
Coke knew what they were doing in that commercial.
There's guys
So
with Coke down
you
here.
guys- so I'm realizing right now it's probably a daily occurrence that a Southerner will say, "I'd like a Coke, Pepsi, please."
100%.
That is ridiculous. That almost kind of I don't know if I should like that or be a little annoyed by that.
Well, like it would at least, I mean, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because it could maybe say, I'd like a Coke. And then they would probably say, is Pepsi okay? And then they're like, yeah. Or they would say, I'll have a Sprite. like Coke is just soda in a lot of those regards. It's like, hey,
How did Coke just get so blessed with having their name be synonymous with a soda pop and not Pepsi?
Because they're from Atlanta.
How did Pepsi drop the ball on
They're from
this?
Atlanta. They were before Pepsi, and
Oh.
they're like a mainstay in the South.
Dude, I went down a rabbit hole on YouTube and like saw this whole thing about how Pepsi was like acquiring, those like Taco Bell / A&W restaurants /
Oh, yeah.
Pizza Hut or whatever. And they were like combining all those to like save cost because they couldn't compete with Coke.
Yeah.
And that was the stores that they could sell Pepsi in.
Yep.
So like that whole thing was just to compete with Coke.
Yeah. There's even like this deal where like at one point Coke had Pepsi like dead to rights, and like Pepsi's like, we'll sell to you, and Coke is like, nah. we'll make sure that you stay in business so that we have someone to compete against, so that we're not a monopoly. They did that too. That's wild. All right, well, good. Should we talk about your artists that you should like on paper, but you don't?
Should we? Could we? Can we?
We can and we will.
All right, how's this going? Is it just am I shooting from the hip here? Am I starting off?
If you want to.
All right, look. I figured I'd try and keep it to like Furnace Fest bands for the most part.
Oh, okay.
Just because I figured, it might be conducive to the audience,
Yeah.
if you will,
For sure.
and the series that we're upon. But number one, and again, caveat, I'm gonna lay this out before I say any of these bands and before everybody comes at me with pitchforks. These are bands that I should be into. I'm just not. Not bands that I don't like.
Right.
These are bands that like, hey, on paper, I've got a lot of reasons to like that, to love that.
Yeah.
I'm just a bystander.
But for whatever reason, it never quite tickled that inner part of your brain.
Yeah, so Stretch Armstrong is easily
It's a great pick.
the first one on there for me. And it's like I'm sitting there watching them at Furnace Fest even, and I'm like, man, this is really cool. Like, they got a lot of energy. A lot of people are bought in. Like, I know Johnny's like huge into them. And so like I was like, this is really sick. I should be into them, and I just never have been. That's like a prime example where I'm like, here we are.
Yeah. Dude, it's wild because everyone's like, oh man, yeah, I like worship at the feet of Stretch Armstrong or something like that, right? But for some reason, there's always those bands that like you try, and then you go to a live show and you're like, all right, this will be what converts me, and for some reason, it never quite touches you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, to the point where I'm like, I would love to see them again. I'm just not into them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I listen to too many podcasts. Maybe that's why this list is so weird for me.
That's all right. That's all right.
It's a good pick. Another one.
So am I the only one going, or do you guys have a list as well?
Oh, we've got lists. We haven't divulged them in a long time, I don't think.
Are we gonna round robin, or is this all just to pick on me?
This is just to pick on you. But if you
Okay,
want us
cool.
to throw in a couple, we'll throw in a couple.
I mean, no worries. I just was.
Yeah, if you feel like you're kind of just taking over right now in the threesome, I mean,
Look,
I understand.
I just want to make sure I'm not running your show, bro.
No,
Okay.
no.
All right, great.
You're good.
All right. Second, and this really spawned on me from a clip I saw the other day. But Haste the Day.
Really?
Really?
That surprises me
Okay.
a lot.
And again, should be into them. A lot of the tertiary bands like that have been with them or that sound similar to them or same label, like people I know that are into them. I've just probably heard like half of one song ever, honestly.
Oh, so you haven't given them like a
What?
full try, is what you're saying?
But it's like I've like checked it out and I'm like, okay, yeah, like I see this and I see what's going on here. And like I just haven't, which will take me to the next point that I'm going to make, and that's
Okay.
for Silent Planet.
Ooh, all right.
Interesting.
Because like I love Garrett. Like I love the guys in the band. And like we've played with them several times and like I've watched them several times. I'm like, man, they're freaking talented.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh dude, Garrett's so like philosophical with his lyrics and all this. And so it's like, all right, so we're going down the checklist of like reasons I should be really into this band.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is like an ADHD like mannerism. I've been told it might be. So if y'all are familiar with any of that, go ahead and chime in here. But it's the same reason I haven't started playing Breath of the Wild, but I own it because I know the first time I'm so like particular about my experience of the first time I'm doing something that it's like I need to have 3 hours at least set aside
to immerse yourself.
to start doing this.
Yeah.
So it's like the depth of Silent Planet has kept me from approaching Silent Planet.
I get that 100%. You know, it's interesting because I think for both Mason and I, Silent Planet's actually on this list as well. Now, their most recent record, I think, kind of changed our tune a little bit. But for the most part, Silent Planet's kind of been one of those bands for both of us that we're like, we like them. We like everything that they stand for. We think that like live, they sound just about as good as any band we've ever heard in our entire lives.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
sound production,
Incredible.
live sound production is incredible.
Right.
But
Amazing.
like for some reason, like they just don't quite tickle that thing on the inside of our brain
Yeah.
that makes us fully obsessed or whatever. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that was certainly true up until this last album.
Mhm.
This last album I got into enough where I think they are now off that list for
yeah,
me.
same here.
But up until last album, certainly they were on that list.
Dude, I love that you've pulled them off the list. That
Yeah,
gives me
that-
hope. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
All right. 68.
Oh,
really? It's another surprising one.
that is surprising.
Another one that like we've played with, I think like 4 different times or at least 3. And like, I'm a huge like, Josh Scoggins fan and like loved The Chariot and like was into Norma Jean before that. So it's like all the boxes are checking,
For some reason,
but I think I
That's
just
what I was
like,
doing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a song even that like, and that's the other thing, I couldn't like name any of the songs, but it's like we've got a song on a playlist that we listen to like when we're at the lake and we're on the boat, and it's freaking awesome. And it sets the mood and we're in the vibes. It's great. But like I just haven't been like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw on some 68. But it's like everything else is like, yeah, dude, I totally should.
Yeah. Dude,
But yeah, so,
it is a weird thing like that though.
but like again, total respect for like all the bands on here.
Yeah.
I should be into these bands. I think it's more so just me not having time. And
That's
like
a part of it.
I say not having time, but not giving myself time. I think you make time for things that matter to you.
Yeah.
But again, this is also bands that I'm not into that I should be, because it's not like I'm sitting here doing like a deep dive, this and that, da 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 da.
Right.
You know,
So is the last one The Undertaking?
I thought about it. I thought so hard about saying that, dude.
I think you should just say it and leave it at that, and then we'll ask. I'll say it and leave it at that, and then
No.
Meadows is on that. All right.
Well, it's funny because this is the one band that's actually not a Furnace Fest band. I bet they would be a Furnace Fest wish list for a lot of people,
Okay.
but being as an ocean.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I could see that.
that would make sense. Okay, I
Like,
can see that.
Yep.
I can see that.
The first Meadows tracks came out, I think the same month that Dear God came out with
Yeah.
Being as an Ocean. And like, I mean, from the jump, everyone's like, you guys must be really into them. They all sound a lot like them. Hey, this, all that. And it's like, bro, I don't even
Something
know.
that will completely turn you off of a band.
Yeah, it
Like, hey,
is.
you sound exactly like this band. Woohoo.
It's funny because like I would hear things like that from people, and I'm always like, what part of our sound made you think that?
Yeah.
Not like not like in a rude or mean way, but I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Like I've heard a lot of Dispute several times, and I'm like,
I don't hear a lot of speak.
where did that come up? I'm
I don't
so
hear-
curious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love Lot of Dispute. They're on my into band list. Big influence like for me. I think writing style, but like maybe that's part of why that came about. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did it
But
interest
yeah, I would say Stretch, Haste the Day, Silent Planet, 68, and Being as an Ocean are bands that I should be into. I just am not
for
at the
whatever reason?
moment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as you both alluded to and mentioned, there's time, baby.
That's right.
We
That's right.
can,
Just
we can
plenty
pull
of
them
time.
off.
Yeah. In fact, there's
We'll
been a
get
lot
lucky.
of bands like that. I think another band from Mason was Touche Amore.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah, I just like didn't give him a chance.
I remember at one point Mason's like, nah. For me, what it really is, actually to start with though, is your band name. If I think your band name sucks, I will not give you a chance.
Dude, I'm kind of there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Like if you name your band
Look.
after like one person's name of the band or something like that, or if it's just like really corny, I'm just not into it at all.
Yeah, like The Undertaking, dude. That's
It's so lame. Who has punctuation in their freaking name?
but
Ugh.
what were you gonna say, Mason?
Oh, I was just gonna. I don't even remember, but yeah.
Okay. Judging a book by its cover, you like to do that.
Yeah. I
For
well
real,
that,
though.
and I actually really like people that judge books by the cover. Like I love when people like have judgment and they like want to voice their opinion about things.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's a weird balance because I'm not saying there's not gold in that book, but I am saying I appreciate when people put effort in on like the creative aspect of like what you're putting out
That's right.
as your like first impression, like your front door, if you will,
Yeah.
to the band or to the book. You know what I'm saying? Like marketing and advertisement has always been really interesting to me as well. Like, what do colors mean? What do fonts do? when you see like, is this too crowded? Is this like,
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. And I think, I'm not trying to butter your bread here, but what I am going to say is Meadows does a very good job of this. Like, you guys have a very distinct style about you all, like outside of the music, you know what I mean? Like the very first time that Mason or I heard you was like the music video where you're all dressed in white.
Right.
Like,
oh, cool.
Like, the name is escaping me right now.
The Depths.
Yep, the Depths. And immediately we're like, all right, this is pretty cool. And then, the Meadows font and everything like that is very distinct, very, very interesting, very, very cool.
Well, even the name itself, when I think of Meadows, like I think of maybe more of an indie band,
right?
Which is certainly like, you guys have elements of that, but then you get the hardcore stuff, and you're like, I love when there's a band that kind of has this like good little, like I feel like Me Without You did that well, right? Like they had this cool name, they stylized it really cool, and there were the hardcore elements and the indie elements that I think like when I think of Me Without You, for whatever reason, like that indie hardcore vibe that they had going on, like that kind of makes sense with that name.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is funny because that's like my all-time favorite band. So
that's wild.
Right.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
That
No,
track.
I like that. I like that whole aspect about you guys, and you continue to do it, and everything you do. And
it's definitely like a focus that like Armando really executes well for us. Mm-hmm. Every design we've got, all the fonts, it's all Armando.
So
every
cool.
shirt, every album, everything that you see that we have our name on, Armando has practically hand drawn.
I love that.
And it's, amazing. Like he and I, we used to like room together at a single wide trailer in Gardendale, Alabama, back in the day. And man, we would
did he plug any toilets or did he shower right after pooping?
No, but there were plenty of good stories. We can get into those when he's on here someday.
Yeah, someday we'll have to do that.
No, Tour Armando is a thing. If you're around us, you understand.
Yeah.
But, like Armando at home versus Mondo on tour is so funny because his wife's like, "Wait, you're funny?"
It sounds like a Mr. Bean thing.
Dude, that's so spot on. Armando's very much Mr. Bean.
I love that. I love it.
That's so good.
Well, not to belabor the point too much more, but when I first heard Meadows, the first visual thing you see is obviously the logo and all that stuff. And I could not for the life of me believe that you guys were a face down band, because all the face down bands seem to have the same artist doing all of, and I know the guy's name, but it's escaping me right now.
Dave Quiggle?
Yep, Dave Quiggle, who does almost all of the album artwork and all that stuff. And I know Dave's got a lot of great stuff under his belt, but it wasn't really jiving with me, all the the whatever it was, 25 some albums that came out for about 10 years there that all had virtually the same album cover, and it set you guys apart in a very interesting, cool way. And
that's really interesting to hear.
Yeah,
because I definitely want to position Armando as the next Dave Quiggle.
Yeah. or the Clark brothers or something like that. What would you like to plug there, Mr. Nielsen?
As far as plugging, man, I feel like I'm always real bad at this because I do have crippling ADHD, and I should have written more things down coming into this. But, man, just like Birmingham Hardcore, I want to plug the city, plug the scene, support all the homies, get out to a show, go to a local show, book a show. That'd be cool. I'd like to see more people book their first show.
Yeah.
Like people that are into the music that have never booked a show, book some locals and just do it. Like,
I want to do it in my Quonset building on my farm.
Oh, that would be awesome, actually.
A what?
A Quonset is kind of like it looks like an airplane hangar, kind of, but it's much smaller.
Dude, can't hide money. Let's go.
Dude, I ain't got money though. I'm a teacher in the second worst paying state in the entire country and Commonwealth.
Hey man, I love it. Yeah, dude, do that. That'd be the coolest. The Quonset.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm way far away from.
Call
like,
it the Quonset. Hey, come see Meadows at the Quonset with
Quonset Fest.
Meadows with Earthgroans at the Quonset.
It actually would be pretty sick.
There you go.
It would be pretty sick. I don't know how to get people out here though, but I'll figure it out.
You promote it. You just that's what I'm plugging. I'm plugging it right now.
Yeah. We'll promote it. We'll make it
on
work.
Your ATV, roll on down to Jeremy's house, and say, "Hey man, we're doing it."
Let's
Quonset Fest right now.
Quonset Fest.
It'd be fun, dude. It'd be a lot of fun.
I think it'd be sick. I just want to see like more accessibility for people that are like intimidated for getting in the scene. So, but yeah, man, we just did a tour with Confessions of a Trader from England, and they are such killer dudes. They like.
Did you guys go to a Denny's and mess it up?
I wanted to,
because they had a viral meme.
I know, and
you should have.
It was great. I mean, we like the whole time. I mean, me and Steve would just be like setting up merch, like taking shots at each other about U.S. versus U.K. kind of stuff. But it was great, man. Like, I love them dearly, and I'd like to plug them as much as I can. Obviously, Austin Visser came on earlier. The Undertaking, Idle Threat, God's Eyes. They're like the homies, kind of in the craziest way, whether we're across the country or not. But yeah, man, I think that's all good stuff. And like, come to Furnace Fest, come to our set, come hang out. Don't be a stranger, all that good stuff. And go to Milo's. I want to plug Milo's.
Yeah.
Milo's hamburgers and Milo's sweet tea. They got the good ice.
They got the good ice, huh?
They got the good ice.
Block ice?
It's like the pebble ice.
Oh. That's good for sweet tea.
It's good. It's great for sweet tea.
All right. I'm into it.
Love it.
Sweet.
Well, Christian, thank you so much for chatting more about where you guys are at Meadows. We're so stoked to see you here soon. Just a few short months, and we'll be giving you a big hug and maybe a big fat kiss. You never know.
Let's go.
Can we bring Milo to the show?
I would love to find a way. He'll be at Quonset Fest.
Quonset Fest. Yeah, dude, he can run around with my pups. It'd be great.
Chase after those chickens.
Dude, don't tempt me with a good time.
Yeah.
Dude, we'll get in the van right now. We got a minivan, bro.
Let's do it. I'm down.